It is a field. A field at which I think everybody can agree it's a speedway, of course. But is it your favorite speedway? Do you like the speedway? It's Nashville Superspeedway here in America. And Craig is already, crying in the background of me saying, "Rob, you've done it wrong. You've not even said where the damn thing is." Well, Craig, where is it? Where's Steve? It is a Field of Dreams, but where is it, Craig? Where is it?
What? The Field of Dreams?
Yes, it is a Field of Dreams.
Are you on about the baseball Field of Dreams?
Yes.
Oh, now you're telling me.
Well, I don't know where Nashville is. I'm not American, if you couldn't tell. Neither are you.
Okay. Nashville's in Tennessee. This is Lebanon, Tennessee. Welcome to the track owned by Dover Raceway, which basically means that Dover gave up one of its races to be here. It was actually not used for 10 years. Opened in 2001, closed in 2011, reopened in 2021. So they haven't been to Tennessee for quite a while until last year. It is a very nice track. 2.1 kilometers, so 1.25 miles. 14, that's 1/4 degrees of banking on the corners, and it's concrete. So when we say concrete, Rob, she can get hot, and she wears the tires out quite a bit. And especially when you've got the most powerful cars that the NASCAR series has in the Xfinity. Oh boy, I hope you're ready for some slip and slide.
But aren't these like retired or something? Aren't these the old series cars?
No. These are the current Xfinity cars.
Yeah, but what? I thought Next Gen replaced them.
No, you're thinking Cup cars.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the confusing bit for me, right? Like, I don't know the difference. Can you mind explaining for anybody who wouldn't know the difference? Because these are Xfinity cars.
Power, aerodynamics, aids, just stuff like that. This is more of a very old school thing. With you get some digital gauges, but a lot of it is still the old style, like you get in your car with tachographs, tachometers, and all that stuff. But there is a lot of power because with the wing,
stick on like just the old stick on dials. Like, this is working.
Yeah, this is working. Yeah, no, it's the also. So you can also see not a lot of, especially on this type of track, you don't get a very big spoiler on the rear. You've got the little plates on the side of the car as well to for the aerodynamics. So like I said, the key thing is there's a lot of power in these things. They're not bolted to the floor in terms of aerodynamics. One of the things that's interesting is that usually when you come to a race weekend, the Xfinity will probably have a bigger horsepower package than you get with the Cup cars. These things are quite challenging to wheel around, but if you want to take the Formula type of thing, Rob, these are your F2 cars in respects of, like, if you're looking up the ladder. So these are the F2 cars per se. Really nice cars. In some respects, these are the cars that everybody likes to drive on the sim. I do as well. If you told me, do you want to drive Cup car or do you want to drive Xfinity? Give me an Xfinity car any day of the week. Just the idea of having to be careful with the throttle is fantastic.
To get the explanation from a fellow in the chat, it is what Formula 2 is to Formula 1.
That's what I just said.
Anyway,
shout out to Baldwin, by the way.
Yeah.
Hello, Baldwin in chat.
Yeah, Baldwin said death, taxes, and Woods on pole. Yeah, he is on pole. We are just waiting for the last cars to come around. I think Travis Johannes just crossed the line, going 11th. He's just done a 31.295. He's just ever so slightly back from the rest of the field. And then Stephen Orell, he's not going to be able to do another. He's out of time. So we will go over the results now. Action-packed today because it is Nashville. That banking's actually quite. I wouldn't say it's steep. No, would you? It's not very steep.
It's not very steep. But in some respect, it gives it a very nice way of turning. It's not going to be a flat out. You're going to have to be careful on your inputs with the throttle. Maybe later in the runs, if you get long runs, maybe look at braking. But as you see, Lewis Woods Championship leader, 30.846 with Oscar Hardwick behind him with 30.878. Nicholas Sayers with a 39.12 and Oliver Verhagen with a 39.35. Then it's Adam David Hodgkinson with a 31.024. Matthew P. Coleman with a 31.050. Seamus Power 7th with a 31.116. And Brandon Dollar a 31.130. Matthias Bergman a 31.194. And then Harry Weir with a 39.201. Travis Yanis, we were just looking at him with 31.294. And believe us, that's all I'm doing with Coin. A 31.306. James Jr. 31.470. Samuel P. Williams with a 31.535. McCunis. Okay, and Stephen Orr with 32.100. I'll leave that to you because we all know what we call him.
Yeah, we call him Coin, otherwise known as Coin, aka Coin.
Coin.
God damn it, Coin. Now, I will say, by the way, that the thing about Nashville is if we look at the details, we actually do see it is mostly cloudy out there. The in-sim time now, according to my top stopwatch, it says 16:02:31. I have no idea if that's correct.
No way!
It's correct.
He's 2 for 2. You were correct on Sunday. You're correct today.
Yes, good. Track length of 2.09 kilometers. It's a bit like Daytona in where you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then like a curve on the main straight. Yeah, tri-oval. Yeah, but it's not as pronounced as Daytona. Daytona is quite pronounced.
Yeah, but not every tri-oval is pronounced as the likes of Daytona and Talladega. It's just the way it goes. True.
Now, they are going to come around. They do have the issue of there's actually quite not a unsignificant wind. It's 20 kilometers per hour to the northeast.
Oh, no, to give you an idea, turning into NASCAR 1 is where north is. So north's almost... NASCAR 3. So the back straight is almost going north. That's just going to give you an idea that going into that NASCAR 3 and 4, you're going to get the wind just a little in your favor. This, though...
is Raidillon TV. Stole it from you. The only corner you need. You can take the start.
Here we go. Everybody keeping to their lines. It's going to be Lewis Woods to take them off. And we go green for the iSim Music City 250. And it's going to be a little bit of a procession straight away. But Lewis Woods takes them to the start and takes that line. He just allows Oscar Hardwick in the 42 to go. We've got a little bit of too wide near the middle of the field, but they should sooner than later just get back together. And if you're on that outside line, you are going to be struggling, as is the case of the 26 of Matthew Coleman at the moment. Can he hold that outside line? He's just starting to just lose a couple positions.
Yeah, he is really out there. He's quite far in, but he's got cars to deal with on his inside. As you can see there, that is the car of the number 13 of Seamus Power. As I said, it's Seamus Power, not Seamus, or some people would say it's Seamus. Get it right. But
God, that Irish came out there. Sorry, your Irish really came out there.
Sorry, it does that every now and again. Now, Matthew Coleman, he's gotten slotted back into 17th, and Coin has already grazed the wall according to the chat. I mean, come on, Coin. Come on. You gotta race it. You gotta wheel it. Wheel harder.
You can actually see the damage on the front of his car.
Oh, that's a big slide. Sorry to interrupt. The big slide from Travis Johannes. Let's go ahead and go backwards. Just 15 seconds ago, this happened. And that, that was brown pants moment right there.
Came in a bit too hot there. I think he came in a little bit too hot. Tried to turn the car, and just was too much there. The car just said no. And good save though, and good avoidance by everybody making that save. But unfortunately, that puts him to the back of the field. It's early days, so 188 laps around here. So it's not the end of the world if you get out now. Because as long as you just keep close, you should be able to just get in that slipstream range and make some moves. Just like Stephen Oral is making, as he's made a couple moves. And now Coin's had another moment. Has he just lost some more time, or is he just washed up a little bit? Yeah, he's just taken the wrong lines. So Coin at the back, but there is a big gap between the back four and the rest of the field, and they are really struggling at the back of that field.
Now, looking at the progression of ahead in the car 45-42 range, we are looking at Lewis Woods and Oscar Hardwick. And then Nicholas Sayers. Actually, Nicholas Sayers and Oscar getting... Or, sorry, not Oscar getting sandwiched. It's Sayers and Woods sandwiching Oscar Hardwick. Oscar's not having a great time. He's going to be quite careful front and back simply because of where he is at the moment. If he does step out, teammate Nicholas Sayers can come and sweep him up. We do have passes though. That is Matthias Bergman on the inside there to your left, the car number 51, trying not to lose his position to Brandon Dollar, who's got his dollar on turn 1. See what I did there? Sorry. Got a dollar on turn 1, trying to get on the inside, keeping it ever so nice and neat. Needs to keep it going. Hello to everybody in chat doing the waves. I appreciate that. And it's like, oh no, I just see what his car looks like.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're not aware of Brandon Dollar on Trading Paints,
oh for God's sake.
I'm just gonna say, 70 to 80% of all anime liveries on iRace on Trading Paints that are very popular is made by that man, and I've got no issue with them. But he has gone a little bit high up there into the corner. He's going to be losing out there to, I believe that's the 2 of Harry Weir, and he does make that move. In some respects, that's a case, I would say, Brandon probably driving a little bit too hard early on. Yes, you want to keep it down low, but you don't want to diamond the apexes around here and just not use up too much of the low ground, the lower down on the corners so early. Because, you know, like we said, it's 37 Celsius, 99 Fahrenheit out there. It's very tough on tires, and staying low for so long is really going to eat them up. And I know, I'm not sure if they have been using it, but on the tri-oval, the apron can be used as the track, which they do in the real life. You do see it on a lot of tri-ovals here on iRacing. That can also, in some tracks, especially on a concrete track like Nashville, that can actually hurt your tires a little bit. And you can see Oscar and Lewis and everybody at the front just not wanting to use that little bit of runoff there at the tri-oval, and just happy to just keep the tires safe. Expect this for a little bit. They expect to go quite long on these runs. I think it's 64 to 68 laps on a fuel stint. And if you can make those tires last 60 laps, let me tell you, that is going to be an achievement.
Yeah, so we are looking to see, especially with the temperature as it is, even though the banking is not that severe, you are going to lose quite a lot of the rear end. I'd imagine anyway, quite a lot of the rear end as these cars go around. We are seeing, now that is the car number 9 there on the right hand side of your screen. So it's going to be Olivier Verhagen, the 8th version of him. Didn't know there would be 8 versions of Olivier, but there you go. He's got the silly livery on, it's actually quite nice. The top 4 actually really look, yeah, top 5. Oh, that's a throwback. We need to go in there at some stage. But Coin on the inside, we just missed it. This was the move. It started in turn 1, coming out of 2. On the inside went to Providus McCunis and just sent it down. 89 up and wide, not really getting the grips there on turn 3 to 4. Nice move.
Yeah, I mean, a nice little move there. Just really picked it up there. Didn't need to do a slide job. Didn't need to do anything big. Unlike this, with Seamus at the moment, he is getting it put a little bit high up there by the 26th of Matthew Coleman, and they are just holding that line. The high line isn't going to be the best line here, but Seamus is just giving that away. Again, it's easier at this stage of the race to just let that go, get a nice run, and look at that. He's actually got a really nice cutback there coming out of NASCAR 2 down into NASCAR 3. He gets it, but he just can't hold it. I think he's just taken a bit too much speed off holding that low line. Try to see if he can make this move on to Matthew Coleman. In one camera, it looks closer. When you get on that cockpit, look at that lovely cockpit. It is further away than you imagine. That's only a tenth difference, and he's actually made more moves than Seamus, making a mistake there, allowing Matthias Bergman to get through. And he wouldn't be surprised now if Harry Weir does it. Just need to get back in a rhythm there. Trying to make that move probably cost him a second. Probably cost him trying to get back to that front 5. of Hodgkinson, Verhagen, Sayers, Hardwick, and Woods.
There's Hodge now on your screens. He's got a second behind him, so he has a good gap. He's trying to hoist him back. He's trying to hoist himself. Back towards the car number 9 of Olivier, and the car 44 of Nicholas Sayers are all kind of bunched up. Even our blimp can't handle it. The top 4 is separated by just half a second now at this stage, and the different lines are starting to show. Lewis is kind of giving a more timid line. He's not diving into the corner, as it were, not hugging the inside line. But Oscar, in particular, as I see, he's using every single bit of track. He's pushing it in quite. He's driving. He's going deep, as they would say in NASCAR. He's going deep into 1 and 2. Let's see how he's looking at 3 and 4. But he might see where the vice will become tight if he continues to do it.
Look at it. Yeah, he's really going in. That's kind of the line I would take. A little bit of the early line. I like taking that type of line, especially here. A lot of these drivers, they also know, because it's a smaller filter night for the series, they expect to have long runs. So is he just holding on to this to try and make a move? Same lines through NASCAR 1 and 2, but he's able to hold that inside. Woods trying to get on the throttle a bit too early, and it's not worked for him. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Hardwick trying to make a move here. He's got a really nice little run here, and he's just trying to get through. Into the inside he goes. He can't make it, and that sandwich between those 2 Magenta teammates continues. And I'm just wondering now. Hello?
We might have just lost the session. Oh, there we go. We lost everything there for a second. The PC just had a bit of a nosedive, but we'll get back to it.
You've missed nothing. Hardwick is going to make this move. Now he's got that move. Now he's got the overlap. He's really working. The exit corners is working great for him. Into the corner they go, side by side. And Woods is not letting him have any position or any space. And this is where I'd be side jobbing Lewis Woods right now, but Hardwick continues, and they're almost coming together.
Oh, trouble! They hit each other. I'm sorry.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
Close to him.
In my eyes, they did.
They were so close. I've got this on the nice little camera right here. And still Woods holds on. And still Hardwick holds on. How long can Hardwick stay on this low side? I think he's giving it up, because that line that Woods is giving is really helping him right now.
We are bringing back the overlay. Do stand by, as I do have to fix bits and bobs every now and again. In other words, me, myself, and I. But there we are. Let me see now. We are looking at the car number 42 of Oscar Hardwick battling his teammates, or well, more so his rivals now at this stage. But Magenta 44 and 45 working beautifully together to hold up Olivier. He needs to hold him up for as long as he can. Not give an inch. Hold the line. There we go. Hold the line. And then once they come to the first round of hits off, it's still green flag at that stage. And there's no cautions thrown. I'm under the impression that I think Sayers might actually leapfrog Hardwick and make it a 1-2. Magenta 1-2.
All about, though, how can you do a green flag pit stop? It's not very easy.
Well,
Honestly,
they were actually legitimately practicing in the practice session before I was watching. They were legitimately practicing.
Yeah, so, I mean, to be fair, when you do oval racing, that's one thing you should be practicing, is your pit entry on green flag, because every track is a different way. You go take a different marker, a different time to start slowing down. Because let's be honest here, you have to slow down on the track to try and make to do the pit.
Wait,
entry.
oh no, Oscar is magenta. Sorry, it's just the different look. I'm sorry. I did see he was pink, but I didn't think he was of the same team. I do apologize. So I got that wrong. But so Olivier is actually the first one that isn't a magenta car. So he's the silly car doing silly things, but having to battle essentially what is now 1, 2, 3 the big magenta wall. I never thought I'd be saying that, but there you go. It's holding it up nice and steady at the front.
The magenta wall, I love that. The magenta wall. That's what it is. And Verhagen can just hold
the phone.
Holding.
What is this? What's that on his bonnet?
have you only just noticed what's on the bonnet of Hodge's
It
car?
says just wheel faster on the side. Whoa.
It says coin, just wheel faster. What's wrong with that?
No way. Oh, these liveries are great.
But by the way, if you don't know what the silly livery is, what it's a retro, what it's a parody of, then you don't know NASCAR. But very good parody, I must say. In fact, there's some really nice parodies out there today.
Mate loops.
Yeah. Really good. I do love that by
I do
Hagen,
appreciate some mate loop, but what else do we have? Dorsey, is that Dorsey's in the clouds? Is that a proper livery or is that a joke one?
Don't know. It doesn't. I think it is just. I think it's meant to be like an anime type thing. I know there's like a parody logo on the back of the car. But yeah, I think it's more.
No, hang on a minute. Who put?
I'm hanging.
Will Herder. Harry Weir, what is this? Harry Weir, what is this livery? And then Brandon. Oh dear me. Brandon.
We've already been over with that, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon. Brandon definitely has the. He put in the extra effort into his meme. Well,
okay, but can we talk about Steven's car and the? Okay, that's a brilliant livery by the 68 Stephen Oral.
What's his? Oh, right. What is that?
Fake. It's basically saying that a company's got fake cheese.
We've got fake cheese. Sorry, just to say, Brandon Dollar having to go high issues. Don't think he had
trouble.
Yeah, trouble.
I don't know. I could always get to some moon car.
That's actually. Hold the phone. Hold on a minute. What? Brandon? Where's Brandon Dollar? I'm looking at him right now. He that's a VTuber he moderates for.
Is it really? That's awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to the front.
Back
to the front before I lose my mind. But we are looking at, again, not much has changed in the top 5. Adam has actually caught up to the rear end of Olivier, and is. I think he's holding position. Sorry, we do actually have. That is Matthias Bergman, car number 13. Car number 51 on the outside. Mate Lubes versus some weird night livery. I still don't get it. I still don't get the 13's livery.
No, I think it's meant to be some anime thing. I'm not 100% sure myself.
We have an overtake for the lead. That is Oscar Hardwick on the inside. On your right side, he spins car number 42-45, being pushed, not pushed up against the wall, but essentially it's suggested if you want to battle, we're going to have to do it. The old wheeler dealer coming around the number 3 and 4 side-by-side action. Lewis Woods washing up towards the wall, holding it nice and steady though. Oscar Hardwick on the inside, giving it everything he has, and finally makes a pass. Very nice move. Done on 1 and 2 into the 3 and 4 and secured, coming across the line into lap 30.
That's what you want to do. You want to set yourself up, especially on a track like this. Really curious to see how Woods will try and make an overtake here. Because remember, he's been taking different lines to Hardwick. You start to see it. He's just going to try and follow in with that line. Take that lower groove, the same one that Hardwick is doing. These tyres are now basically starting to be used. So you'll start to see the times get a little bit slower. Let's get a little bit easier on the throttle. Let's take off the throttle. Bit of coasting around the corners. Like I said, maybe a little bit of braking. You see the difference in lines there by the leaders. Hardwick taking it shallow and Woods taking that high line. Do not be surprised if Hardwick has used up some of those tyres. But he is what I'm talking about. He is a very skilled oval driver. I shouldn't be silly like the Verhagen car says. We should just wait on. But can Hardwick start to pull away? You can see that he's really comfortable here, actually.
Now, yeah. I am just looking as well. I do see quite a lot of the it's not looseness more than anything else, but the car is starting to slide around a little bit more. It's a little bit more malleable in the tire. Is that part of the tire wear where it kind of just starts sliding, like it's almost like a boat in the water?
You get the slides. You get the car maybe a little bit tighter. Some of them like being a little bit looser, but really you don't have the acceleration with those tires because of the fact that you've used the grip. So that means you've got to be a little bit later. Well, I say a little bit later. You're almost going around some of these corners with no throttle input, just because of it. We did see an overtake near the mid of the field. I did not see who it was, but I could see an overtake. Yeah, you just got to be a little bit careful when it comes to making moves around here. That's Matthew Coleman just having some time. I think that was it. Sheamus using... That was Sheamus getting by, wasn't it? Yeah, Sheamus getting by.
What is that? What is that on the rear end of his car? Is that like a bottle of like honey or something? No, it's Marmite.
It's Coleman's. Other brands are available.
What's Coleman's doing on the back of it? Well, I shouldn't be asking that. They're getting loose.
No, it is Marmite. No, hang on. It's fake Marmite.
Yeah, I told you. Who's right now? But I will say though, Olivier has actually passed Sayers. Sayers is now under threat from Adam. Adam can probably execute the move sort of when he feels comfortable with him. I wouldn't say right now. I think the tires are a bit of a need of the care zone because you can just see actually Hardwick moving half a second clear of Lewis in second place, and Lewis is actually, I think he's actually starting to be sort of pushed more than anything else, kind of like, get moving or get out of the way more than anything else, because he is starting to drift the field backwards. We do have that is one very damaged car, number 33. That's Travis Johannes. The rear end's quite badly damaged on that car, but what we do have is Harry Weir on the inside, car number 2, but he can't just ever. Oh, I mean, he has the line, but I mean that outer line is still pretty powerful if Travis can still hold it.
Yeah, I mean we've got these multiple grooves here, and you see Harry using the apron there on the trioval, and it's just not working for him. I wouldn't be surprised here if we do see the 33 of Johannes hold on to that, and he does. Yeah, it's interesting, the lines here, but the high line really starting to show its worth now that the track is getting a little bit worn and used. Maybe some rubber up high would be really helpful for some of these drivers, but it's not there at the moment. But expect them to start going up the track a little bit more in the later runs here. On lap 38 of 188, we're looking at a fuel window of about 64 to 68. So they got another 30 laps to go, just under 30 laps to go on this, providing there's no caution. Knock on wood. And I wouldn't be surprised now if we start to see that higher line come into play. Just keeping things safe. But it's so spread out in the moment. In fact, Junie, in all due fairness, he's in danger of being lapped this early in the race. And remember, Rob, blue flags are not mandatory.
Yep. As is following AI Racing Code. Blue flags are not mandatory. They are advisory. But all due care is given to say, please, can you get out of the way? Ever so kindly.
No.
Oh. Right then. Now, lap 40. We are actually already past the 20% mark. We're just coming up to actually, I think, about quarter mark. And the race has been green since the start.
I mean, that's all right. That's all right. This is what you want, though. You don't want a start and stop race because cautions breed cautions. I love that saying. I just love that saying. It's the way it goes. So you just want to just hold on tight. Don't need to be too aggressive. I've started to think that some of these drivers do have their tyres starting to wear out a bit, like Lewis Wood, Nicholas Sayer. Just looking at the times here, they are now starting to match everybody for 32.3s, or 32.4s as well. I think they're all aiming around those 32.3 marks. So everybody's just holding in there. That big gap that Oscar Hardwick had early on, it's kind of just gone away. And there we go. lap car going onto the apron.
Yeah, that is
Careful there, Juni.
James Juni, car number 89, quite severely damaged. Pretty bad damage on the right. Oh, he's got donuts. We have had the caution jinx, but no caution, so.
Oh, it's going to be like the Indy 500 for the Major Series, isn't it? No cautions because everyone just goes off the track. I still can't believe they did that in the Major Series. That, like, hats off to everybody for that. That was amazing. 200 laps, no cautions. Maybe we get this tonight. 188 laps, no cautions. It's hoping. Looking really good at the moment, in all due fairness. As we start, are we on lap 44? Still Hardwick continues to hold the track, and he's also, while he's a little bit slower that lap because of taking past, he's holding everybody here in a pretty good line. It wouldn't surprise me, just looking at the times, if the likes of Seamus Power and Matthew Coleman, they come back into play at some time. In fact, you look at Seamus, he's already pulled a 2-second gap on Coleman. So,
yeah,
Power is really powering away.
And he needs to catch Hodge, but Hodge is 2.5 seconds ahead of him. It is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Because he's got
these times. Look at these times starting to come in now, Rob. 32.5, 32.7, 32.7 for the middle trio, Power, Coleman, and Bergman, where everybody else is doing 32.4s and 32.5. So that is something interesting to look at there. They're not catching. While this front five are just going their own way, the rest of the field is not catching them. I was not expecting to see that personally.
Oh, sorry, just say Brandon Dollar just coming out of the pinch.
I think people's tires are starting to go. Oh, Dollar. Ooh.
Sorry, he was not going out. He was coming in. I think I said he was coming out. No, he's coming in. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a very hard.
Yeah, that was a ooh. So we are seeing the green flag stomps now, which is actually quite good to see because it means that the order can be shaken up by how brave you are on the brake.
I don't think that Stephen Orrell comes into the pits as well. So it is a case really of how aggressive do you want to be in terms of entering, and it's always interesting to see that line. One of the important things, remember, Rob, there's no pit limiters on these oval cars, so you have to do it. You have to modulate it yourself. So you take 4 tires, you take some Sunoco fuel, as they say. But also, one thing you've got to realize is you've got to be aware that if you're faster now on fresh tires, you've got to get by everybody safely. Remember, the blue flag rules, you can unlap yourself providing you're safe. And I just realized the sponsor of Oscar Hardwick's car. It's Download More RAM. I know.
Disclaimer, there are other methods of getting RAM that are available out there, otherwise known as buy it yourself. Lewis Woods in second place, chasing down Oscar Hardwick. He has actually closed back up the gap. You can see there just what the gap was before, or where he was before.
Not only they're the only 3 that have pitted so far, so they're the ones that have probably done the most damage to their tires. You start to see that looked almost to me like Sayers was trying to make a move, and he is trying to make a move on to Verhagen, but he's unable to make it. You start to see though that will just start splitting up the field as Verhagen and Sayers are starting to lose to the front 2, Hardwick and Woods. And Woods, look at that, is he trying to go around the outside here? Puts that car around the outside. Maybe Hardwick's tires with that line is starting to show a little bit of issues. Of Woods for the first time this race. Now he's got the lead. Now he's behind. He's now starting to show a little bit of attacking mentality. Williams now comes into the pits.
Well, he has to attack, because if he continues to stay stuck behind Hardwick, he's wheeling a bit more, and he has to hustle around the fact that he's got slipstream per se, but he also has to keep an eye on his engine, because if it sits in the rear for too long, like, and way too close, he starts heating up the engine. The oil is not getting cooled as effectively as it would in clean air, and you can run into a situation where the engine explodes.
And now they do get a fast repair in this series, so that's not, so at least they've got that. But if you've got an engine blowout, the question is, can you get it off the track without causing a caution? Can you get back to the pit without towing? Can you basically be safe? That's all to go, but nobody wants to see themselves blowing up their engine. That would be the last thing. You'll now start to see that it's a pack of 6. That is not because Seamus has caught up to Hodge. That is the 22 of Samuel Williams, who is really now just on the back. Watch the difference between fresh tyres and used tyres here. You might see a better exit, some better speed on exit here off the corners if we see Williams deciding to make any moves here. To be fair, he's not. He's actually kind of complacent by holding behind them. He doesn't want to try and make up some speed here, although he is now 15 seconds behind Stephen Orrell. So Williams didn't get a good pit stop there. Looks like he didn't have a good entry, because that's a lot of time to lose.
Sorry, that is going to be a pass for the lead. Oscar Hardwick trying to fend off Lewis Woods, who is attacking extremely hard, trying to get into the lead spot before the pit stops start coming in for the lead cars. And he's going very aggressive all of a sudden. He really has actually, woken up and said, "Give me that position back.
I want that position." He is really trying. I saw a little bit of a cutback move there, but it was covered by Hardwick, and he's really looking to make the most opportunities of a mistake by Hardwick. But all of a sudden, just making that move, just worn out those tires a little bit, and he's just holding the line again, just like everybody else, holding that line up, keeping it nice and calm. Not able to make anything now. He's just nursing the tires. Well, we're 56 laps, so pit stops of these top 5 will be coming soon. I can see it's going to get a little bit messy on pit road, because all these guys, Hardwick and Woods, they have kind of alternated who leads, so they're both in prime position to save fuel. And here we go again. 32 fours all around the board by everybody at the top 5. That just gives you an idea of what we're looking at in terms of the pace. But look at that gap that Woods and Hardwick has started to really pull out now. It's over half a second. It's not a second, so you still get that slipstream capability of 1 second. But it's enough for them to start thinking about, we can pull away. And if they pull away, maybe Sayers will start to look. In fact, he is, isn't he? He's looking to make a move right now.
I think, if I'm being honest, they're just trying to get themselves set up for the first pit stop. And, then go from there. That's what I honestly think right about now, because from their behavior, it seems like the further out you're up, and then you take the stop, if you at least have some gap ahead of you, if you're the lead car in a group, preferably lead car in the race, but lead car in the group, I think there seems to be an intent and a want to be that car. I'm guessing it's for the pit stops, just so you can have a clean entry without having to worry about what's ahead of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing as well, Rob. When you see cars getting racy, what does it say to you? They're ready to pit, right? That's a sign of, hello, in the next lap or 2, I'm going to pit. So if we start to see that by Sayers or Hodge, I think that would be an indicator that they're getting ready to pit, because they've got 4 laps left before the end to the lower point of that fuel marker. So it would not surprise me if we start to see drivers looking at trying to make moves just for that track position you were talking about.
To be fair, right? If the problem is, right, if you start getting racy now, right, and you're stuck in the middle, you've raced for nothing, essentially, because you're not gaining a position.
Yeah, That's correct.
And you know, if I'm Nicholas Sayers now, I'd be like, okay, I can try pulling off, like, you know, reversing. You know, you lose a gap, right? And that wouldn't be the best thing either. But you can still make up that gap in the pits. You can basically do a late break where you can do something. Get a little bit of a gap, get a good pit entry, off you go. You know.
They're all about it. Good pit entry, good pit exit. You don't want to, you don't want to spin the tires. Also, fresh tires. That means it's going to be cold. Cold tires. We may see the same thing. Who is it that had a moment at the start of the race with cold tires? Wasn't it? Johannes, wasn't it? Johannes had a bit of a slide, didn't he, on cold tires? As Harry Weir is the latest driver to come into the pits. Yeah. It was Johannes that had a little bit of a slide earlier on in the race. So you got to be careful with that when it comes to fresh tyres. But look at that gap now. The Hagen and Woods are the second gap between them. So surely you've got to think now, if you're Sayers, I don't like this. I'm losing out here. I don't want to get ahead. In fact, I think Sayers might be setting up for a pit stop. And there he goes. What a prediction by me. What a prediction. It's almost like I saw something on the radio.
Yeah. You didn't have any assistance. No.
No assistance whatsoever. None. And actually, Palivas is coming in as well. Wouldn't be surprised if we start to see pit stops coming in hard and fast. Who's the first one out the leaders that's going to come in for the pits? That's the question I want to know. And it is Oscar Hardwick.
Hardwick. Not enough slipstream. It seems Lewis probably has a pretty slippery setup if he's able to continue.
But here comes the problem. In this stage, you have 65 lap old tyres, and the guy you're racing just put some fresh rubber on. I don't think you're going to be staying out for long because you're going to be losing half a second to half a second while he takes fresh tyres in. So here he comes, Lewis Woods in. Oh, Hodge just coming in and saw the break in there from Woods. Did he get a black flag? Did anybody get a black flag? Everyone's been clean on pit entry tonight. Really good to see. Woods,
Jake, of course, carrying the torch of all ice them in saying hard. Quick into the pits.
Wow. Yeah, very hard. Hard to everybody. I really want to know what happens to Woods here on Hardwick. Where is Hardwick? He must be coming around the back straight now. Yeah, he's at NASCAR 4. So Coleman's going to have to come in very quick. No, Coleman, sorry. Woods is going to have to get up pretty quickly. I see some more people having some slides going into the pit lane. Johannes is the last man to take a pit stop. Woods comes out. Hardwick is right behind him. Who's going to get this? Oh, you could just see them on that camera angle. There's nothing in it. Hardwick takes that lead. Actually extends it by about half a second. Great. But both of these guys able to keep Sayers at bay. Brilliant driving. And we can breathe, Rob, because that is the first set of pit stops.
Yeah, it is. It is, yeah. And it's a pretty good one, but actually quite odd because thank you, Windows. Thank you, Windows, for turning on system sounds for whatever reason.
Oh, thank you, Windows.
So all people that have everybody's just checking if their Windows sent them a notification. Hardwick actually is coming ahead of Lewis Woods, which I found quite surprising, and by a bit of a gap. Cone to cone was a 41.6 for Oscar. It was a 41.0 for Lewis, so he would have had 6/10. Or Lewis, well, Lewis definitely does have something.
He's got everything. Look at them. They're side by side still battling hard. And by the way, keep an eye out on Sayers because he's been fast at the moment. He's been putting in purple lap times. and he is trying to catch up to them. He's really making the most of the new tires as Woods finally takes it. It's interesting. I would have thought Lewis Woods would have been better on the long run and not on the short run, but it's the other way around. Hardwick's got something with a long run at the moment with that setup. So while Woods has this lead right now, give it 20, 30 laps, and it wouldn't surprise me if Woods loses that lead again. Honestly, because that's kind of what we just saw, wasn't it?
Kind of. But I would have also said that, you know, Oscar's probably going to be the kind of person to want to hang on for dear life to the rear of the 45. Oh, you missed
We
an,
missed a nice lap.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. See, it's right there. It's right there. Nice lap. Haha. Oh, and then a nice lap.
Okay. Yeah, we did miss the nice lap.
I did. I was participating in I was participating in a nice lap.
Did you go to a replay for that?
No.
Okay. Hardwick's had a little bit of a moment because, like, he's losing out now to Woods. Woods is starting to really put the hammer down and make it hard for Hardwick. Really tried to make that work, and I could not. But you start to see Sayers make a move, and he's really started to go. We got some other battles, though. We don't need to look at the top three all the time because that is Sheamus trying to make some moves. It's your boy Sheamus, Rob. Why don't you take it away?
What?
I said it's your boy Sheamus. Why don't you take it away?
Oh, okay. Well, it's Sheamus on the inside. I was just thinking to myself, take it away. What do you mean you take it away? He's just...
Hey, he was making a move. I was going to let you do it. Have some Irish pride.
I don't even know if he is Irish.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Wait, why would an Englishman be called Sheamus? I'm not trying to, like, single out people here. That's not the kind of name I'd expect someone from England to be called. Okay? If there are any Englishmen called Sheamus, I apologise. I'm kind of in trouble now. Anyway. Hardwick is struggling with lap traffic at the moment. He's losing out to Woods. He's going to get by Brandon Dollar. He gets by Brandon Dollar, but the lap traffic is not working. But Sheamus is powering away. Ha-ha! See what I did there?
Oh, good God.
He makes some moves around Hodge. What? What? Look at that rear camera there. Well, it's not really a proper rear camera. It's on the rear of the back window. The side back window, sorry. Make up your mind. Which one is it? The side back window. You know, the side rear window there. I don't know what you call it.
It's the left rear window.
There, the left rear window. Okay.
The left side rear window, or the side rear window.
That's what.
No, I was making a point. It's like it just sounded a bit weak as we're looking at it. This is Adam Hodgkinson. Sorry. Oh yeah, and career over for Oscar. He's lost the back of Lewis Woods. Washed, you know. Copium.
Yeah. Other countries exist outside of Ireland and England. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. At least I think I'm aware of that. Good golly. I'm going to be... I think our career will be over after this race. But Hodgkinson trying to make the move. I think you're missing out. Hodgkinson making the move on power. Just can't make it work at the moment. And you start to see that, of course, is Hardwick making the moves on the lap traffic. Keeping things nice and calm as he gets by nice and clean. But, of course, losing out time to the leader. Look at that gap. Look at it. It's 1.8 seconds. About 1.7 when you actually put the correct numbers in instead of rounding it. and he's just unable to catch up. And a lot of it is, of course, because of the lap traffic, but also Woods has just found his fifth gear. If this was a next-gen car, he's found that extra gear that he needs right now to get by. And he's really putting in the times. He's 2/10 faster at the moment than Hardwick. Maybe an adjustment to the tape, maybe a little bit of an adjustment to the springs as well, just in that pit stop. Maybe just able to, because I believe, because it is an open set race, that I believe they can still make pit lane adjustments. So I'd be very surprised if he didn't do that, because all of a sudden he's just putting in the times that Hardwick really can't compete with. So let's be brutally honest, chat is correct. Oh, it's a fixed set. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then Lewis has either, you know, got an extra gear or he's found some way to make the setup really work.
Like I said, I mean, if it's a fixed set, then surely you could still make adjustments in the pit stops. I'm not entirely sure. But he's just a god, apparently. Well, okay. So Hardwick is battling stayers. Hodgkinson battling power. Weir is somewhat trying to battle Coleman. But there's still just over 100 laps to go. And it's looking pretty fun out there at the moment. I'd love to do some NASCAR. I want to get back in. And everybody can get into the OI Sim, can't they, Rob?
They can indeed. Join the Discord. That is OI Sim. Or you can Google Ask Oscar Hardwick for a link. There should be one in the description, but I probably didn't put one there. But everyone is indeed welcome in OI Sim. It is ballin', but this isn't. This is not ballin'. Where is he? Mr. Dollar, what is this?
Are you still questioning Dollar's livery?
Yes! Why? Why is there a big anime character on the side? It's like the Hatsune Miku fucking AMG cars.
Hatsune Miku out of this!
Hatsune Miku can Hatsune get out. More weebs and oh god damn it.
I mean, you're lucky that my
Jordy's got my back. Yes, yes, Jordy.
Yeah,
that is good. Of course, everybody falls up with a Seuss.
Yeah.
If when the Nicholas Sayers is Nicholas Seuss. But getting back on track before Craig hits me over the head with his factual.
Too late.
Oh, okay, fair enough. We do still have Hodge. He's trying he is trying to get back to the front, but it's kind of holding form right now because he's sat behind Seamus Power, who's actually just struck the wall just there. He's stuck behind him, and the gap now has extended to 4 seconds to Olivier in the number 9 car. So that is. It's a huge camera switch, you know. It's a that's a distance.
Surprised if you try and switch to the other one and go to a different camera. That's how big the difference is at the moment. Like it's really
no, hang on, sorry, I need to interrupt. I love how the chat is baiting other people to join. Yeah, just come to OI. We definitely won't meme you into oblivion for having weave liveries. Oscar definitely won't kill you for having weave liveries.
Really? Okay.
No, I know Oscar. No.
Shout out to Oscar because this is his league and he's a fantastic race.
He's a right good bloke.
I mean, I only say that because he did a really good job when we did the charity race last year. So,
is that Brandon Dollar? Brandon Dollar in the pits, and Brandon Dollar is out. No, there he is. Oh, he is. No,
he is out. He went in. I see what happened. might get a replay of this.
Oh.
He comes out of NASCAR 4. Watch this outside of NASCAR 4, Rob. Comes around right now, and he's just going to take a little bit too much speed.
Oh.
There's a strike of the wall, and he's losing control. He's on the grass.
Free as the wind blows.
Yep. And hang on one second.
What the?
No! That's got to leave a mark, unfortunately, for Brandon.
Did he not get it wound up? Oh wait, I'm too far back.
I mean, all I'm just gonna say.
Just very quickly.
In the words of the last time I did this, Brandon, no!
Oh, it's almost as if like deceptive slow.
It's almost like he wanted to take it back to the hauler, but basically, you can't go through those gaps.
Maybe he just wanted to get a free tow without having to hit the wall. Because, you know, like if you go like out of bounds, just get instantly towed.
No, there isn't anything on this track like that, I don't think. Because it is actually quite a recent scan for iRacing, because it did come in last year. So they had it scanned for the sim. I think a lot mainly for the NASCAR drivers to basically get some ideas. You know, we have still got some interesting battles because Sayers and Verhagen are having another go at this, while we've also got the 68 of Oral trying to get by the 26 of Coleman right here. Still got these battles going on, and also that is a lap car in front of them, so do not worry. But I think the 68 of Oral is just starting to lose out a little bit. His last 2 laps weren't the fastest compared to Coleman. You know, he's trying. Give him some credit. Everyone out there is trying and doing the best they can, but that's the apron, and he's gonna have an interesting time trying to get by, but he does get by. Lap 91 of 188. Are we halfway yet? My maths is not good. We're still 5 laps away from halfway. I can't remember when is the next NASCAR race at this, I want to say chaotic track, because, you know, with this low banking, it is quite chaotic. I won't be surprised. When do they go here?
The cars are doing their thing.
They are doing their thing. When did they go here?
When did
June 25th. No, they're here.
As in like when are they going to this track? Okay.
Yeah.
Are the next gens coming here?
Yes, the next gens. Yes, they will be here. Will be the first time. Yeah, the next gens.
Is this or does this like? I have a question, right, about these Xfinities, because for the longest time I thought the Xfinity was.
Oh, sorry, Hagen just tapped the
yeah,
wall.
I did. Yeah, I was just about to mention that as well. He struck the wall quite hard.
But anyway, yeah, sorry. You were saying about, you were going to ask a question.
So, Oscar becoming unwashed. How does one unwash themselves? I mean, it's pretty hard to unwash yourself after a shower unless you just go and dip in a mud bath. But, what my main question is, like, I thought the Xfinities were the premium series. I thought Cup was like just Cup, you know.
No. Xfinity.
I thought Xfinity was like, oh, look at me, I'm so good, you know.
No. Xfinity is a really nice car to learn how to do oval racing in terms of the series. So, no, the Cup cars are the top. And it's going to be interesting to see what the next-gen cars do around here, because, let's be brutally honest, if you've seen any NASCAR this season, they've not had very good luck with the tyres. And not because... Well, hello, Stephen Orrell's just coming to the pit. That's a bit early, I think, but he did take an early pit stop. Yeah, the tyres at the moment aren't just because they're going to single lug, because a lot of people complaining that they've removed 5-6 lugs on a wheel and made it single lug nuts for like an F1 and other sports car racing. But no, the tyres, they're not surviving at these tracks nowadays because they've got different tire compounds and they're just the way the cars sit. Because did you know that the next gen cars, they have like F1 style splitters now, whereas like it's the floor is a splitter. Did you know that?
No, you're gonna have to repeat that for me. Actually, sorry, I was. I'm actually confused by what you just said.
So you know how, like F1 cars, they have a splitter built into the car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's now with the next gen cars. Not like with these, with the splitters at the front. Like in the real world, remember what we saw with Brandon Dollar going on the grass.
Yeah.
If that happened in the real world, there's a chance that the car would dig in and just take a lot of grass off and make you go airborne.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't happen nowadays in the Cup cars because of the fact the splitter is in the like. I think there was a rollover last weekend, or the weekend before, sorry, and you could actually see where the air funnel, the air tunnels go on the bottom of the car, because now the splitter is on the car, it's basically built into the car. They've really worked well in making the aerodynamics of these next-gen cars work, but in some respects, they are now not as easy as they used to be because, let's be brutally real, when you can take the old generation car that's now retired and you can basically go flat out on some corners and not lift, kind of boring, let's be brutally honest. Yeah, we all want to turn left, but we want to also have some control in the car, and just having to be able to just put the foot down and turn left with no problem. Yeah, they were quite boring. But these next-gen cars that you see in the real world now, apologies, they're quite good, but these Xfinities, they have not changed. And I like it, and everyone loves these cars. I just have one request. Can we have some more Toyotas, please? Because everyone knows the Toyotas. Everyone knows the Toyota's the prettiest looking Xfinity car.
You're objectively wrong, but I'll let you be objectively wrong. There you are.
Okay. What do you think's the
Mustang?
Ooh.
What? How could you be like, ooh? Do you think the Chevrolet's better than it?
No, I said Toyota.
No, Toyota's ooh.
Yeah, I do. Mainly for one reason. It's a really stupid reason as well. The cockpit is actually easier to see in a Toyota. I don't know why. It just is. We are over halfway, by the way, Rob. We've done it. Beardy guy saying that the Toyota drivers are away this week. That's a shame. I could have given some really. There are
Toyotas, but they're not at the front half of the field, more mid to rear. But
and one of them is retired and had been in the chat. Brandon just talking about his unfortunate moment there, tapped the wall out and it just damaged the car earlier in the race. I think we did see a little bit of a tap.
Oh, car off. Car went rallying across our screens. I have no idea who that was. Oh no, I know who it is now. It's James Junie. Let's see what happened to him. Oh, struck the wall in the exact same place that our poor man Brandon Dollar did. Didn't get ejected though. This is.
Is he just? He's all right now at the moment.
Yeah, it'll be coming out of the four. So it'll be coming out of this corner here. He'll strike the wall quite hard. Yeah, he sweeps up.
That's a heavy hit. Yeah. And like I said, if this happened in the real world, that splitter on the front's got a chance of digging into the grass. Just to give you an idea. So
I would have said it was guaranteed because, you have to remember as well that the car bumps, and I'd imagine that it'd just find the best opportune moment just to flip the car over.
Yeah, it doesn't flip the car over. It just puts the car airborne. There's compilations of NASCAR and Xfinity cars, and I think also trucks going in to
yes,
the truck car.
My trucks are cars.
going into the infield and just going in the air, just the front wheels going off into the air because that splitter hitting. Hey, you say actually truck cars existed. What was the company that made a convertible pickup truck?
You're thinking of Holden Commodore and the Utes. They're cars by trade.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying there was a pickup truck in the 2000s or an American company that was a convertible.
No, well, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You think America had it? Australia had them for years. Go look up Holden Commodore like Utes like.
Oh yeah, I know what the Ute is. Yeah, the Ute is such a very popular thing.
Yeah, I mean like it's a blanket term for any like it's basically a car. Like it's not it's built on a car chassis, but instead of the back portion, it's a flatbed and thing.
But
did they make the GMC Cyclone a convertible?
No. It wasn't the GMC Cyclone. It was Chevy made the SSR Super Sport Roadster between 2003 and 2006, and it was a convertible Chevy pickup truck. I'm not even kidding. They made a pickup truck a convertible. I do remember that they actually put a 6-speed in for the final year of production, which actually made it better. But the first 2003 to 2005 was not very good, and it wasn't very practical. But yeah, it had a convertible on a pickup truck.
I mean,
no, Rob, you don't have a pickup truck without a hood. Sorry, a roof. A hood is what they call the bonnet.
No, I would have said it wouldn't. It would have had, you know. Oh yeah. A convertible pickup is definitely practical. I don't get why it wouldn't be.
Would you drive a convertible pickup?
No, but it'd be useful for like work and stuff. Like if you needed to get out quickly. Like if you're carrying stuff and you need to get out quickly.
I mean, the fact that it had a lid to the trunk, you know, to the bed, so like it was a hydraulic lifting, like top on the bed. Which did not help because then if the hydraulics failed, you can't open the bed, and then you're just having to like slide things in and hope it don't slide all the way to the back, because then you're gonna have to climb in. So it wasn't very practical. If you were a farmer and you wanted to put some hay bales in or something, you couldn't really do that. If you sit in the back, all pickups are convertible.
I mean, Jake isn't wrong.
I'm just gonna say, in the late 90s, I went to a cricket match, and we were at the wrong ground, and one of the parents took some of us in his pickup truck to the other ground, and there were about 4 of us in the back of this pickup truck with no seatbelts, and we were just lying down. I shouldn't have done it. We were kids, okay? We've all done stupid things. Was it sold with just one roof, so it's either you or the bed covered? No. Honestly, look up Chevrolet SSR and just see the images. The back was always covered, but the roof, the roof went down on its own. You did not need to lift the bed to put it down. Racing is happening. We do apologize.
Racing is happening. Well, I mean, the cameras were pointed at the racing. Come on, you know me. I'm all about the action. And by the way, we're actually, Genie Mac. It's been such good, clean racing. It's actually gone to lap almost one. It's 1:14 now, so we're just past. Yeah, we're past the halfway point. But this is the main battle here. It's the battle for the lead. Car 45. You can see it on the roofs there. I know I'm going to get slagging off about that.
You say rough.
Yes, I said rough. On the rip. On the yep. Yeah. God damn it.
I'm shaking my head. I'm
Yeah.
glad there's no cameras here because I'm shaking my head. Right, Hardwick is doing what we said was doable. It's the same thing that happened at the start of the race. Woods pulled away when he had the fresher tyres, but as the tyre life has gone down a little bit, Hardwick's been able to catch up again. And they're 10 to 15 laps away from doing another pit stop, which in theory would be their last pit stop. They should be able to go to the end. It would be a little bit of fuel saving.
I think as well as which, I think Oscar probably has more confidence in this car. Maybe? Question mark? I think he,
Maybe.
I do think honestly, like his driving style tends to not dither from. And then what I mean by dither is that over the course of his stint, it seems to be that he's actually quite planted in the car. He doesn't tend to change much. Like as in like, you know, maybe, you know, for the first 10 laps he would be very focused on going, you know, deep, and then switch to an apex kind of motive where he would go enter in wide, apex, exit wide. Yeah, no, the beard guy really wants to see a wee delivery.
Brandon, get back in the car. No,
Brandon, get back in the car.
But no, I was trying to like listen in. It's hard to listen in, or hard to see as Hardwick goes into that corner a little bit harder. Look at that different line again. Trying to see if either of them are braking or lifting. It's kind of hard to like work out who's doing what. Probably if you're doing braking, you're only looking at about 10% braking, just so you can steady the car through the corners. You know, like at the start of the corner. So not sure if either is doing that, but Hardwick is happy enough to do this. But looking, every time you look, you think, is he going in for a move, a send, a dive? But nope, he's keeping his calm. And he might just wait until after the pit stops and just show his hand. We've yet to see Hardwick go really aggressive on these tyres. But it's a coming. It's a coming. He might have a chance to take a victory away from the championship leader of Lewis Woods. Who really, he'd almost be considered for the championship at this moment as Hardwick tries to go in with a move.
That's a Miko on the dash of the 22. It's a shame that he is got. Oh, he's got a wee delivery. Oh, god damn it! Got a hat to the Miko on his car.
And it's a good smile livery. It's a good smile livery. I've just seen the Miku.
Where is it?
It's underneath the number plate, underneath the name and number plate in the cockpit.
Oh, I see it. I see it. God damn it! It's small, but it's there.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
All right, back to racing. Sorry, Harry Weird, by the way, from 9th has pitted. Coin, actually, he's been doing pretty well. He's actually up to 9th now. So he started 12th, he's up 3 places. Doing well. And Oscar, really is. He is actually getting quite close. He might try and make the pass, but they came in on laps. So, if we count back.
64 and 65.
Yes, 64 and 65. They really are coming up to the limit now. In he goes. On the inside, he won't have much. He'll have bumper to bumper on his left. Quarter there, about half. He's coming on the line side. He's at the door. Just about. Yeah, on the door, on the inside goes Oscar Hardwick. Can Lewis Woods hold it? No, he doesn't go. Oh, almost running into the back of Oscar Hardwick because he was trying to get the under. Oh, closer than a squeaky bum time. Goodness gracious. Trying to hold it through, but Lewis is having to yield a little bit.
Is there a little bit of damage on the front of Lewis's car? Am I looking like there is a little bit of like bodywork damage? I think it's for almost everybody. Yeah, Hardwick's fine. Not really affecting him per se, but there is that little touch of damage there. can always get that clean up if need be, but he's happy enough now with what? Hardwick's going to pit about 128. Lewis could go up to 130 if he wanted to, but does he want to, cut off any early pit stopping? Hardwick, I don't want to be the guy that predicts anything. I'm just going to say it right now. Hardwick's coming in this lap. He realizes he can go in now. He's coming right in.
Oscar Hardwick in the pits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to say as well, Lewis Woods isn't out of the woods yet himself either. I mean, he's sliding around not sliding around a lot, but he is sliding quite a bit. Like, he's just missed the apex there. He should be tucked in a little bit more.
The apex.
What?
You said the apex.
Oh, for crying out loud.
If someone could actually say, anyway, Woods comes in as well. This big time because he's coming at the same time. Hardwick's still in the pits. Hardwick's now coming out of the pits.
Yeah, as one comes in, the other comes out.
Well, that is the nature of a mile and a third long track. So they will lose some positions here. By the way, just put Sheamus in the lead officially.
Yay!
Dore, I don't understand that car. That livery is in the lead. But I'm more curious to see where Woods comes out in terms of Hardwick. And there's 3 seconds between the two of them. Had Oscar done this, it's gonna be tight, Rob. It's gonna be very, very tight. Hardwick will just get the lead back. But we know what Woods can do on those fresher tyres.
I mean, he's only a lap fresher.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not going to be much in it.
No, I mean fresher full stop. Remember, Woods,
yeah.
after the first pit stop, after the start of the race, was flying on those used tyres. But remember, they've got to go 60 laps.
Yeah, this technically would be their last stop for Hardwick and Woods.
The last stop for everybody. I think actually looking at it, everyone can go to the end. That's pitting now.
I mean, it'd be squeaky bum time as we described, but yeah, it is possible.
Oh, I know it's possible. They do have that little window of capability to just, not have to feel safe, but some of them may be looking at, they might have to look at clutching. Do not be surprised if we get a caution with 30 to go, if the drivers come in for a pit stop. They almost came together. Woods is really using those fresh tyres. Inside he goes again. And stop me if you've heard it before. Woods using the most of the new tyres to make the lead. Watch him pull away. I'm just saying that. He will start pulling away.
I keep hearing like the little as if they hit the wall, and they keep hitting the wall. And it was a great send from Lewis, but Lewis, no, that's not right. No.
Lewis is the Toto. You can win this. No. Okay.
No, it has to be like slightly bass boosted, and like aggressively German.
Oh, I can't do very good German full stop. Oh, a little bit of a wiggle from Lewis there. By the way, you were saying about you keep hitting the sound of somebody hitting the wall. You won't be hearing that now in Cup cars because they've got the new damage model finally after 2 years. Woo! And I say after 2 years because they brought the new damage model in 2 years ago. And after 1 week in week 13, they turned it off. Unfortunately, it did not work. So they went back to the drawing board, completely redone it. I've yet to hear a bad word. And this is where chat will probably correct me, but I've yet to hear a bad word on the new damage model. So if it goes well, who knows? These Xfinity cars may get the new damage model soon. Count it, Rob. 55 laps to go. And still, we have Woods versus Hardwick. Track is getting cooler as well. It's 35 Celsius, 95 Fahrenheit for everyone who uses that measurement still.
Ooh, metrics.
That came out of nowhere. Ooh, metric.
Ooh, man. Now look, listen.
Crikey. Ooh, metric. Who uses that? No. Still nice using the Fahrenheit. Especially when we're in America, you've got to use the Fahrenheit a bit more. But no, I'm actually kind of like... I don't know how I've done it. I'm kind of like knowing both measurements now, so it doesn't faze me whatsoever.
Well, I mean, if everybody used metric, then the headaches would be very, 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 very much reduced. Well,
if everything was how we wanted, if would not exist. If Oscar wanted the lead, he would get it from Lewis, but he can't.
I want everything.
I want everything, but I can't afford it. I can't do it. I
want it all, and I want it now.
I've got that in my head now, and I like to say thank you because I've got that in my head, and I've got the Brian May solo. But actually, to be fair, if you win the Nashville Superspeedway race, you get a guitar. Not these guys. Not these guys. No, OI Sim's not giving a guitar for this. I'm talking about NASCAR. If you win the race at Nashville, you do get a guitar and a trophy.
Still hitting the wall coming into these. Like, they really are trying to use every bit of track, but I don't know if it's going to help in the long run. I mean, little bits of damage do add up.
I thought Oscar up the prize pool. 10 grand PRS presented to the... A PRS? Nah. Got to be something country and western. You know, it's probably an acoustic guitar that you would be able to use for...
That was fished out of a backyard.
You would fish... Yeah. Knowing Oscar, you probably would just fish out of a backyard. I haven't got the money, guys, so... Went to the pawn shop and got this thing. It's my first guitar. I actually still have my first guitar. I had those when I was a little kid. One of those little plastic things with fake lines. Oscar continue every time Oscar makes these lines from my camera angle with this fantastic cockpit. It doesn't look the same, but it almost looks like he's trying to send it in, and he's not. It's just the way he cuts the corner, the way he cuts that apex, and he's able to hold on. We do have other battles going on though. Johannes battling Harry Weir for P9 overall, trying to keep all around. And in fact, as I say that, Johannes does make the move on Harry Weir, and it was pretty straightforward. Some drivers really having issues with the tyre life around here. These two in front, they've got no issues whatsoever.
You know what an issue is? That I have to download more RAM.
Yeah, I was about to say, you have to download more RAM.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I mean, I give it up to the OI Sim guys, because every time I see these liveries, I just think of something from Talladega Nights. You know what I mean? Just something completely silly. Like, I can't imagine download more RAM is going to be on a windscreen, but I can just imagine it. Just how you doing there, Lewis? Yeah, you know, I don't like this sponsorship, but I sure know that I need to download more RAM.
Okay, Lewis. This is James. Strategy 2, please. Make sure that we don't exceed tyre wear over the next few laps.
And download more RAM.
And download more.
Less than 50 to go. Oh, yeah, less than 50 to go. And this
we
is
do have
really
a battle for third, actually.
Oh, Verhagen's finally got back up.
Yeah, he is actually slowly catching. I think he has slipped a little because variation and all that kind of thing, but he has actually caught back up. He is under a second now, just about, but he is catching.
I do find it interesting that the top four at the moment has not changed from where they started. Like the top 4 still remain the top 4 in the same order all the way around. That's a lap car that Verhagen's getting by, and he has lost a little bit of time to Sayer, as has Hardwick lost a little bit of time to Woods at the front. You're not missing anything there as the Stilly car continues to be serious for the next 46 laps. Verhagen, he gets really good speed on the corners, but on the straights he's just struggling a little bit. I don't know if it's a case of just feeling that dirty air, I'm not entirely sure, but he does struggle just a small bit, and it might just be a case that he's just not got the pace at the moment. Anyway, that is Verhagen continuing his way.
0.2 of a second on that last lap. This has gotten so. The big battle will be on, by the way, Stephen Orell in the pits. Olivier will be closing in probably, if he keeps his pace up, and about lap 150. He will start to push the event.
The Raidillon guesstimating service is back in business. I think he might, but like I said, it all comes down to, can he do the most with his tires? Verhagen's been pretty good with those tires, so we'll wait and see. Just the same really with Hardwick and Wood, because Hardwick's got him by Lewis Woods. We just missed that. We have a new leader, and Hardwick, it finally happened with 40 laps to go. He's taking it back, and there is more fighting going on. Here's how it happened as they went bumper to bumper going out on the start-finish line, and they're still battling while we're watching this going on at the moment. Side by side, they're still going. Hardwick and Woods holding on for dear life. Woods has got the inside there on the 45. That is going to help Hardwick, because Woods does not like taking that shallow line, and it starts to show. In fact, even Hardwick doesn't like taking it. He's just going to slot back in. But for the first time in 30 laps, we had a new leader. Hardwick does not get attributed with a lead lap, though. Oh, it's all looking very good at the front.
And that is Lewis Woods successfully defending himself against Oscar Hardwick. It is not going to matter if anybody's behind Hardwick himself, because the person who is 3.8 seconds away, and also about to have Olivier join him. That would be Nicholas Sayers in third position. Oscar going to have to focus, put his boots on, strap them up, and try and push Lewis Woods into making a mistake. He's got just under, or just about 40 laps to do it.
Yeah, exactly 40 laps to go. They're going pretty quick tonight. Some really good driving by everybody. He is starting to lose time. By the way, Verhagen's starting to lose time to Sayers. And all of a sudden, Hardwick's just backing off a little bit. Is he cooling the tyres down a little bit? If he's just holding on, maybe just not trying to get in that dirty air, maybe even fuel saving. Remember, they may not have taken a full tank of fuel on these cars. Well, actually, hit 2 canisters, because remember with the refueling, it's like one of those like mobile cans. It's not like coming from a pump. They literally just pour it in. So it might be that he's not taken a couple full cans there of fuel. And Hardwick, maybe he is saving to make it hard for Lewis at the end of the race. How many more hard puns can I get in here?
I don't know, it wouldn't be very hard. Oh dear me.
Well, knock on wood, we might get something good. I can't believe it. I've just realised what I just did. Anyway.
Yep. I wasn't gonna save you. I'll leave you in silence.
Leave me in silence. You always leave me in silence. Phrasing. Exactly. Now, knock on wood, we just make sure that no one's gonna have an accident here. Is it knock? I know they used to say touch wood, didn't they? But I don't know. The phrasing. Yeah. Have people never heard of the phrase knock on wood?
Yeah. Touchwood was the one that you would say very quick, you know.
Yeah. That's what they used to say, but I think it's now just become the norm to say knock on wood. But yeah, by the way, that gap between Verhagen and Sayers has just gone up to almost 2 seconds. Verhagen did not have a very good lap, so that battle unfortunately has come out. This is our closest battle, and of course, it's the lead battle. You were saying what, lap 160? No, that was a different battle, weren't you? Do you think Hardwick will get by? I mean, he has the pace to, and he has the tyre life to.
I am probably going to guess yes.
Probably going to guess yes. Probably going to say yeah. That is yeah. The Raidillon TV guesstimating service really working.
Patent not bending because it's just me thinking. I can't patent my own thought.
I mean, hey, if it worked for Mooncar, it worked for us. Just like I've always said, just get some fake overlays, just saying striking distance, whenever, chance, maybe. Degree of difficulty, wow. Hardwick continuing. We're on lap 155 of 88, so it's starting to be crunch time. Really want to look at these times again, Rob, as they cross the start-finish line here. Who gets the faster of the two of them? It's Hardwick by just under a tenth. Half a tenth. Half a tenth, 500ths. I realise that, but half a tenth is the gap. You know, it was the last time for these two. So Hardwick's trying. Hardwick's trying. Can he beat Lewis Woods?
I would say my money's probably on Oscar.
Well, with how he's been driving at the end of these runs around here, he knows, and he's been, you know, everyone's been talking about the concrete, how it's a tyre eater. You've got to be careful with the tyres here, providing they don't get held up with traffic. I think he's got a chance. He had that chance to go in on Woods, and he was unable to make it work. But if he gets a good run, look how close he is now. He's really on the back. He takes another tenth. Would not surprise me if he gets a run here. He's on the bumper, really pushing hard. I don't think he's looking for a move at the moment. Where can he go? He would have to really get a run out one of these corners. Oh, almost.
Yeah,
almost
that was a bit too close for Teeny Mac. They really are bashing the wall.
Well, they're not just bashing the wall, they're bashing each other at the moment. That was a bit of touchy. And Lewis is indeed the points leader. He is the points leader going into this race with a couple races left in the season. He is the reigning champion as well. He could do with a third win if he gets this, but we shall see if he's able to do anything around here.
Well, it honestly all depends if Lewis makes a mistake or if Lewis still can't counter the stronger performance that Hardwick has at the end of his stints. And they are going to come up to the end of his stints while they're racing. I mean, there has been no yellow flags flown. So this could be probably the first proper clean race.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx
I'm
it.
about to jinx it.
Fine. Whatever, you're jinxing it. If we have an accident now, everyone, you know who to blame. It's not me. It's Rob. Again, every time Hardwick gets close, he's just unable to try. Well, it's not a case of making a move. It's making a run. He's unable to get that exit to make a run around here, which is what he's going to do. A bump and run. Was that attempt? I don't think he's trying to bump and run. I'd be surprised. He might try a slide jump. might try a slide job at some point. We got to wait and see. In fact, I can see the car just really going hard in. Hardwick really trying to send this. And it is really just a case of strategy. We know that Hardwick takes a different line into these corners. But all of a sudden, he started to follow the same as Lewis. Lewis, he's really just keeping it. And look, there he goes, a bit high. He's a little bit washed. Man, no. Different line. Missing that apex, but still able to make the moves. But he's half a second behind. How can he do it?
Well, 3/10.
Yeah, 3/4. All right, fair enough.
Well, I mean, he kind of has to. He's not got a lot of laps left. Like they've ticked down. It was 40 laps, like what seems like 2 seconds ago. Now it's 26.
26. Sorry. Yeah, 26.
Aha, yeah. I know what I'm doing. I got math.
Did he say math? Wow. You've got math. Whatever. Yeah,
Yes.
but Hardwick's struggling right now. This is interesting because, like, when we came to these late runs before, Woods was the one that was unable to really show anything with the car. But all of a sudden, Hardwick is struggling. I'm going to say a lot of that is also dirty air. Yeah, let's be brutally honest. He's been on the back of Woods for so long now, but that dirty air can really eat up the tires. I think. Yes, I do. No, I know. I do know what I'm talking about. Also, just one retiree this race. If you haven't been here since the start, where have you been? And you better have a good excuse, and you better put it on my desk in the morning.
What are you, a teacher now or something?
Yeah, just basically just one retirement. It's Brandon Dollar, unfortunately, hit the wall coming out of 4, just taking a very uncontrollable drive into the infield grass. Unfortunately, left him saying hello to the pit wall, and that's the only retiree we have had this race. Now, this is the only battle as well on track still. Every car is pretty spaced out at the moment, so you're still looking at Lewis Woods in the 45 and the 42 of Oscar Hardwick. Can Hardwick chase him down?
No. Just making sure that everybody was being a good person, doing their good person things. And also, what is this blessed panda car? Which is the panda car?
What? The panda car?
Uh-huh. No cautions brought to us by Credit One Bank, SMH. if that's a thing, if a bank has SMH in their thing, we need to find this panda car.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Tell you what, could you imagine a NASCAR race with no cautions? Sponsors would be crying.
Dairy is scary. We're fake cheese people. Oh, dearie me. Dootin' bootin'. Yeah, wheel faster.
I think it is Samuel, the 22. There is Panda written on the front.
Oh, Panda.
Yeah.
Is he gonna sing a song? You know, he could be like, "I got bruh." I can't say that word, you know, because it's.
Panda? What?
You know the song by Designer, Panda, the one-hit wonder that he had.
No. Okay. No. It's a one-hit wonder. How would I know it?
Okay, well, never mind. Oh, it does say Panda.
Yeah.
What is that on the side? Poop? What?
I don't know.
Poopadens.
Yeah, Poopadens. I don't know. I don't.
Oregon Coast.
No, you see, if Rob was to sing, unfortunately, this would get copyright strike. You know.
One nice lap. It is the coin wheel. Just wheel faster. And this one, I had the weird time understanding. Like, it had clouds and then dormies on it. Now I hate it because look at the front of that thing. This is June. Why is this a Christmas thing?
Why not? Also, while this has been happening, lap traffic has not been kind to Hardwick, and he's lost almost a second from Lewis Woods.
Oh, that is not good. I mean, ebb and flow in racing, of course, but it will still give Lewis a huge advantage. Because you can see there the camera, as we panned around, Lewis is just such a nice position where he's got a good gap to the rear. He can race his own line without having to defend constantly. And in the stages like this where the tires are worn, I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say Lewis, as long as he keeps it steady, he's keeping it steady to victory lane.
Well, I mean, like Jake has said, that lap traffic has been hard on Wick. Ha ha! Thank you, Jake. I found that funny. Rob didn't.
Every time. It's endless.
Every time. Every time. Do you know what? We're 15 to go this lap. After this lap.
Crazy. You're crazy.
I am crazy. Anyway.
A speculative 8 minutes left. Sorry, correction there. 7 minutes 55 seconds left, according to our top stopwatch. And that race flew by, actually. Genie Mac. Well. Jake. It'd be easy for me to not. Look at that.
I don't even know anymore. Anyway, that gap is really starting to just expand. Actually, I think Hardwick's hit the wall. Yeah, Hardwick hit the wall a few laps ago, and he hit it so hard he's got aero damage. That's the issue right now. Hardwick does not have the aero.
Let's have a look.
You see the rear.
Oh, I do see it there. The left rear, or the right rear. Sorry, correction. There it is. Yeah, that's quite a bit of a hit. So
you can't really see from that camera how bent that spoiler is at the moment.
Well, I mean, we can try and do. No, not blimp. Where's the box? There it is. You can kind of see it there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that gives you a better. Better view of what we're talking about with that spoiler being a little bit crumped in a little bit. But you know, if you're battling,
oh, there we go. Here we go. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah, that's quite a big hit.
I mean, in all due fairness, like he's losing a tenth and a half to Woods, and he's losing 2 tenths to Sayers. Sayers, I don't think he's going to catch him with 12 to go. I'd be very surprised, and I don't think there's anybody on track that is looking like catching him. So this looks to be, knock on wood, the final positions.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. Every time we've knocked on wood, we've accidentally, caused like a portal to open up, and the whole thing gets blown wide open. If I'm being honest.
Look. I mean, I told you the rules. If you say knock on wood and there's no wood, you tap your head. I can't knock on my desk because it's not real wood.
So you knock on your head instead?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now.
Have you never...
Now, it is 10 laps to go. And 10 laps for make or break time. Now, Oscar has a problem. The aero damage that he has, Nicholas Sayers has been going 2/10 of a lap faster than him and is closing the gap. However, he's 3 seconds behind Oscar and he needs to catch up in a big way. He might not have enough time. But if he does, It'll be an epic, epic race to the finish. It has to be said.
He might. I don't know. How they match times last lap. That's not what Sayers needs. He needs a quicker lap, but Hardwick able to. Because it's not a very high speed dependent track here, despite the name Super Speedway, or but it was very high from Hardwick, almost hitting the wall again. Yeah, it's a tough one at the moment because now the gap's under 3 seconds for Sayers. But again, only a tenth he's gained. He needs to be gaining those 2 tenths any chance because we're 8 to go. We are 8 to go, and I just feel it's a little too late for Sayers. Granted, it's really hard to push on used tyres, and we're right at the end of the life of the tyres. But I do feel that is all she wrote in terms of what Sayers can do, unless something else happens. I just can't see it changing.
Neither can I. I don't see Oscar being able to gain back 2 seconds. I mean, his car is damaged. Oscar's is damaged. Lewis's is exception, spick and span clean. So yeah, I really do think, unless there was a caution or some accident caused caution, that is going to be it. By the way, James Juni taking repairs and coming back out, and as well as which we do have Oscar confirmed washed. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty washed. He's washed down in the second, which is the first of the losers. I mean, you know, you have to win. Except.
What was it? Buzz Aldrin, said on The Simpsons, second is better than first. No. Remember how we used to talk about 5th place is the most important place on iRacing? It's not in ovals. There's no podiums. There's just one spot, and it's the winner's paddock.
Winner's lane, yeah.
Yep. Only the winner gets on a spot here. And it looks like Lewis Woods is going to be taking that spot.
Here's the question. Why do the people that in the Indy 500 drink milk when they win?
I don't know. It started because Lewinmeyer drank buttermilk in Vitulane because his mother said it would refresh him on a hot day. So this was in 36. And then a executive in the dairy industry saw this as a marketing opportunity. So it was mainly just, marketing. Like everything in America. I said it. Just remember, wasn't it Andretti? No, who was it? Who was it that caused... It was Andretti, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Caused a big hoo-ha because they didn't drink milk when they won. I can't remember who it was. Somebody will tell me. I cannot remember, but somebody did indeed not drink milk when they won. Anyway, with 2 laps to go. And Lewis Woods has had this race in his bag ever since the final pit stop. And unfortunately, that damage from Oscar does not work and does not help him. He should hold on to this P2, but in the words of Mooncar, I'm not going to do an imitation.
Well, go ahead.
But it's white flag. 1 lap to go in just 32 seconds. We will have another win for Lewis Woods. On the backstretch he comes. All he's got is 1 car ahead of him. It's Adam Hodge. I don't think he'll be getting past him. Or will Hodge just give up the position so he doesn't have to go around again regardless? Out of 4. And for the 4th time this season, Lewis Woods takes victory. He takes the Music City 250.
And that was commanding from Lewis Woods. Oscar coming home in second with Nicholas Sayers coming home in third. Olivier Verhagen in 4th, and then Seamus Power in 5th. Adam Hodgson is gonna have to, think to himself, it could be worse, but it could be better. He definitely was in the top 5, but just didn't have all the dots connected. But come back at it. Back to Coleman in 7th, and Travis Johannes in 8th, Harry Weir in 9th, Pavilis Michanis in 10th, Steve Orell in 11th, Matthias Bergman 12th, Samuel Williams 13th, James Union 14th, and of course 15th was Brandon Dollar, who didn't make it to the end of the race. Now we'll just give you the results up on your screens.
Oh,
so,
Lewis is doing a bit of drifting.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
The drift he goes.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm not seeing the donuts, but come on, Lewis, you just won the Music City 250. Burn it down in whatever way you feel like doing it, and he's just throwing the car around right now. Look at that. Oh, look at that burnout.
That was a burnout. That was a sick burnout. He's still going.
Bit of a Polish lap burnout there. I like to see that. And now comes the donuts. He drives on. There goes the Polish. Look at that. And the Polish victory lap with some extra burnouts. What a celebration. Wow, he is really going Polish lap style. And now he's just going to do the Spa victory lane. Remember, not the Spa pit lane.
Yeah.
At the end of a race.
I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah. And there we go.
And there we go. I'm surprised at that. Sorry.
What? The burnout or?
Yeah. No, I thought he was going to do the Polish, but then he didn't.
Well, he did half a Polish.
Okay. Well. Half a Polish. I would have said like 1/8 of a Polish.
This is very bad on the without context, but yes.
Yes, yeah. Well, outside of context, that would have been bad. But that is the end of proceedings. We'll just put up the race results for you guys, just to double confirm. Lewis Woods winning the race from Oscar Hardwick in 2nd, Nicholas Sayers in 3rd, with Verhagen in 4th, and Power in 5th, Hodgson in 6th position, Coleman in 7th, Johannes in 8th, 9th was Harry Weir, Pavilion Michanis, he's going to murder me now for saying that, Pavilis Michanis in 10th, and then 11th was Stephen O'Ronnell, Matthias Bergman in 12th. Then 13th was Samuel Williams, in 14th was James Juni. Now finally, in 15th was Brandon Dollar, the only retiree of the race due to damage he picked up all those laps ago. But yeah, that was a good race. What were your thoughts on that one, Craig?
I was really happy with that. It was really nice to see drivers clean driving. You don't really see a lot of caution-free races around here, so it was really nice to see it, and the racing was great. Just the strategies as well. Like we were saying, that tire life was really playing havoc on a lot of those drivers. We saw 4 stops for some people, 3 stops for some people. In the end, it was 3 stops for the leaders. But I think if that damage didn't happen to Hardwick, we may have seen a different finish. But Woods really got to the end of that race and really started to work out those tires at the end, which was really great to see. Does that give him the championship? Who knows? You'll have to find out by watching the OI Sim later on. And of course, don't forget to check them out. I think their Discord, there is a Discord link somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
You've got one?
I don't.
We're very good. We're very good.
Give me a second. A second more. Where is?
More.
Bloody hell, there it is. There's a Discord.
There's a Discord link. You may see a bit of spam right now in the chat, but this is the Discord link. Do check them out if you're actually into, not just Oval League racing, but you've got to remember there are not a lot of European Oval Leagues. So it's always nice. The OI Sim does provide some really good league racing. It's the 3rd season we've done this for them. with the broadcast special.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, Rob doesn't have
Never
it.
mind. I'm a failure. But
We can find it for you on our Discord.
Yeah.
You can come to our Discord, linked underneath the video, and we can always get it for you.
Yay.
There you go.
Yay. Anyways, for ourselves, we are going to end it off here at very evening sunny Nashville Superspeedway. For everyone that was watching the broadcast, thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please click the like button, subscribe, share this around with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe, as well as which catches on next, I think it's the end of June, for the next round of the Majors 500. We'll be broadcasting the European Sportsman Split live here on Sunday 5 p.m. British Summer Time. I think that's on
28th, I believe.
28th, yes it is. But until then, I have been Robert O'Brien.
And I have been Craig King.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner you absolutely need. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.